Welcome to Lake TV's High School Basketball Coaches Show, brought to you by the great folks at COMC, Hy-Vee, both in Osage Beach and Jefferson City, our veterinary at the lake, and the O'Sullivan Bruce Group, part of RE/MAX Lake of the Ozarks. And we're talking some Camdenton Laker basketball. We got head coach with us here, Craig Campbell. And Coach, thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Well, I appreciate you having me. I enjoyed it last year and looked forward to it this year.
It's always fun when we get the new season started. You know, you get that excitement, that fresh feeling going in. Do you still get the same excitement going into a new year?
I believe so, yeah. It was one of those that first couple of weeks of practice, excited, get all the football guys there when the football season ends. Then you're kind of get it again. And so first week of games were this past week, so that's what we were working up towards, and so it was good. It was a good time. That's
a good question. You know, when you've got a football program like you guys have at Camdenton, they usually play away, and good teams, usually good athletes, and so you kind of, when you start out, you have to start out without those guys, and then kind of try to work them in, the ones that play both.
Yes, this year soccer went into the first week of the season. Swimming went the first 2 weeks, and I've got guys that do all three of those sports. So looking at the first 2 weeks, we had maybe half the guys we normally would or have right now.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of the fundamental stuff that we also had to go back over again when those guys got there. So
is it hard to find a continuity when you have that, where you're missing so much, in the first couple of weeks of practice?
It does take a little bit. The good thing is those guys that are there, they get that base all set and they're ready to go, and they can help those other guys bring them along a little bit quicker when they do get there.
Yeah.
But that does that continuity and the chemistry that you need to develop. It takes a little bit, and we're still working on that. With Thanksgiving being thrown in there in the middle of it,
absolutely.
It definitely takes a few weeks.
The good part about that, though, is if they're playing other sports, then they come in pretty good shape. Swimmers have to be in great shape, football players. So you're not trying to get the fat off of them. They come in feeling pretty good.
No, it's definitely basketball shape, and the boys can contest this, is a different type of shape than what they have in other sports. And so to get them in basketball shape, we still got a little bit of ways to go.
To tell you, that you have to run in basketball. You're running in basketball.
It's nonstop. You don't get any breaks in between offense and defense. You're having to transition immediately, and it's a lot of short bursts rather than a continuous running.
A lot of quick sprints.
Yep.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay, so we're talking Camdenton Laker basketball. Coach Campbell here. You guys struggled last year. Had a real tough season last year. I think 3-22. So what do you have coming back this year? Do you have some good guys coming back? Did you lose a lot from last year? What's that looking like?
Lost the majority of the varsity players last year. Got 2 returners that got consistent minutes, and Kyle Christensen and Aaron Pogue. But the majority of the varsity guys this year will be guys that played JV and C team last year, which they had a lot of success last year. JV and C team, first time in 25 plus years that they both had winning records at the same time. So
nice.
Hopefully that success that they developed last year will continue on this year to varsity.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that something you hope you can take, and build on, move that over into this season?
That was kind of our hope with doing things the way we did last year, as far as not bringing some guys up when we were struggling on varsity, just so they keep that success and learn to win at that level. And when they do get moved up to varsity this year, hopefully it continues on that way.
Absolutely. So who are going to be hoping to be your team leaders this year to lead the way for the Lakers?
Well, we did something a little different this year, in the fact that in the preseason we did a lot of leadership training stuff for the guys, and we had Kyle Christensen and Aaron Pogue, both returners from last year, and then Cooper Barrett, Tommy McEllier, and then Tyler Miller all came to those very consistently.
Okay. So and you've been at Camdenton how long now?
This is my 5th year now.
5th year, and you had some really nice success early on. I think you won the first district title for Camdenton in forever.
37 years.
Yeah, 37 years a few years ago. And then again, a couple of tough seasons, looking to kind of put it all back together and get back that winning thing again. And I think in sports we've all learned that kind of winning breeds winning. Once you start winning, it's easier to keep winning.
It does, and that's one of those and that's why we kept those guys down on JV and C team that probably deserved to be moved up later in the year last year to at least have a shot, but they learned how to win and had success. And so when you have success, you develop that passion for it and want to keep doing it. And then when you've been losing, then you have a tendency to just kind of, And so that's where that was kind of the goal with that last year, doing that. And we've already seen dividends this year in the fact that the guys that have been moved up to varsity this year they're competing. And I mean, we had a couple tough games last week that we play them a different night. It might be a different story, but they never quit. They kept fighting, and they want to win, and they're trying to do the little things to do that.
Well, that's half the battle right there. Absolutely. Okay. So we're talking with Coach Craig Campbell, Camdenton Lakers, here on the Lake TV High School Basketball Coaches Show. More with Coach right after this. What is COMC? A health center where everyone has access to high-quality, affordable medical, dental, and behavioral health care, regardless of insurance or ability to pay. Offering primary care, preventative, chronic, pediatrics, and OBGYN. COMC even offers comprehensive dental and same-day emergency care. A health center that focuses on every aspect of your health. Everything your family needs to stay healthy. At COMC, your health is our mission.
Your furry friends are more than pets, they're family. And at our veterinary, we understand that. With multiple locations, we can service your pets when and where you need it. Our team of professionals offers routine wellness, orthopedic care from broken bones to joint repair, and even emergency services. We are ready to welcome your pet to our family with medical or preventative care. With multiple convenient locations, our veterinary is the team providing exceptional care for your pet when and where you need it.
Your time on the water is limited, and Hy-Vee in Osage Beach knows it. Let us do the shopping so you can maximize your lake time. With our Isles online app, you can have your groceries delivered or ready for contactless pickup when you arrive to the lake. With all your grilling favorites, snacks, fresh produce, and home to the lake's largest wine, spirits, and beer department, your weekend at the lake starts with Hy-Vee in Osage Beach, where you'll find a helpful smile in every aisle. The winds are blowing and the temperature's dropping. You know what that means. It's time for high school basketball on Lake TV. Our broadcast schedule is set for our best season yet. Live high school basketball with Wild Will and Uncle Chris on Lake TV. Join us for the COMC pregame show 15 minutes before tip-off. Catch all the action on Como Channel 90 and streaming live on Lake TV's Facebook page and at mylaketv.com. It's also free to watch on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick. Join us for high school basketball on Lake TV.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah, Nicole, what do you need?
Did you see that new listing in Sunrise Beach?
Yeah, it was just listed 2 minutes ago.
It has 150 feet of lakefront.
And a brand new kitchen.
I'm headed out there after I type this email.
I'm on the phone with my clients. Hey, where are you going?
I already put an offer in, cash above list, and it's looking good.
Are you kidding me?
Welcome back to Lake TV's High School Basketball Coaches Show. We're talking with the Camdenton Lakers head basketball coach, Craig Campbell. And so, Coach, what is the Lakers' style of play? What do you like to do?
We're pretty up-tempo, try to get up and down the court. We want to pressure other teams to make them uncomfortable defensively and hopefully turn them over quite a bit so we can get more attempts at some shots on our end too. But that's the big thing, is kind of hard-nosed defense and get after them, and then push the tempo on offense to make them have to guard us at a faster speed than they're willing to do also.
Yeah, when you're a high school coach, you kind of have to coach what you got.
Yes.
Right? I mean, you can't go out there and recruit 7-footers and play this style or that style. You got what you got, and you kind of try to make it work for you. Camdenton, not known for a whole lot of 7-footers, so you got to make do.
Not very often.
Yeah, that'd be nice, right?
Yes, it would. Yes, it
every
would.
once in a while. Okay, so you guys like the up-tempo, a lot of defense. Do you press a lot?
Yes, we mix it up as far as man-to-man press, zone press, same as in our half court, man-to-man and zone. Looking to run and jump some as far as trying to trap them as they're dribbling the ball up the court, make them throw passes and so we can intercept them, and hopefully transition those into buckets ourselves.
Sounds like a fun style of play.
I always enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially, well, when you're, not 7 foot, you like the, run and gun, put up a few shots. Does that make it easier to get more quality kids to come out and play for the program?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, they enjoy the aspect they have a little bit of freedom on offense to make some plays and then try to score. And then same on defense, they don't have to just sit back and watch. They can be aggressive if they want and try to pick off some passes, and they all watch YouTube and stuff, and those are the things that get highlighted rather than the real stuff that wins the ball
like
games.
real defense,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, absolutely. That's too hard, man. So you are in just an amazingly tough conference with the Springfield schools and teams that vie for the Final Four, win state championships. That makes conference play pretty tough every year.
Absolutely. Conference is probably one of the, if not the best conference in the state for basketball. I mean, Kickapoo is coming off a state championship from last year. Bolivar went to the Final Four last year.
Yeah.
I mean, Rollo won their district. I mean, it's one of those that every year there's two to five teams that come out of the conference that win their district and go on in state. So
Yeah.
It's definitely competitive every night.
But that's why you make the big money, right? It's to coach against that every night, by golly. Okay, so as we did last year, we like to ask you some fun questions, right? So are you ready for a few fun questions
Absolutely.
here? Okay, so you're a basketball coach. Do you prefer March Madness or NBA playoffs?
March Madness all the way.
Yeah.
Though the NBA playoffs definitely is better basketball than normal NBA season, but March Madness all the way.
Yeah. Now, are you like? I mean, I loved the NBA when I was growing up. Something's changed though. I don't like it as much anymore. I don't even watch an NBA game until the playoffs roll around.
The difference I see is just some of the rules changes that they've changed since when I was younger. I mean, I grew up with the Jordan Bulls and stuff like that, but I had a conversation with some of the basketball boys the other night. They kept complaining that the officials were calling on travel, and they're like, "It's a gather step." And I go, "You don't get a gather step in high school.
Right.
That's NBA.
Yeah.
It's you don't get 3 steps."
I mean, you're not
And so-
LeBron where you get you could walk the whole length of the floor and not get a traveling call.
And so, and anyway, that's the big difference I've seen is they've made it more offense friendly in NBA as far as easier to make. I mean, it's a business and they get paid because of the spectators, so it's more fun to watch, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's
not traditional.
It's not traditional,
Yeah.
and that's probably one of the reasons a lot of people that like watching basketball don't like watching outside of the playoffs.
So if you're watching March Madness, who's your team?
I mean, I've always been a big Coach K fan.
Last year for Coach K.
It is the last year, and so I always just kind of root for Duke when they're in it. Then I'm a homeboy in the fact that if any Missouri team's in it, I kind of try to root for them.
Yeah.
Not looking too
Not
good
looking
this year.
good this year. Yeah.
But that's one of those. Arkansas, I got family from Arkansas, so Arkansas is always one I always root for too. So.
Yeah, well, they're usually good. Remember the old Nolan Richardson days, 40 Minutes of Hell or whatever. Boy, he had some teams there.
Those were some teams that you did not want to face. So.
No, boy, that's for sure. Let's see, do you prefer the college football playoffs or NFL playoffs?
I'd probably say NFL playoffs. If the college football playoffs will get a few more in there, 8 to 12 teams, I think that would be better. But right now, I'd say the NFL playoffs.
Just as long as somebody beats Alabama. That's the way I look at it. I'm tired of Alabama.
Well, the way they handled Georgia, I'm not sure. I'm not sure somebody's going to beat them.
Yeah,
it would be nice to see Cincinnati win that one, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Group
good
of
to
5
see
team
some
to
new blood up there, isn't it?
To win it and kind of show them that, hey, we're not fodder down here. So.
Absolutely. All right, well, Coach Campbell, good luck to your Camdenton Lakers this year, and we will talk to you as the season goes on, and we will be carrying some games. Lake TV will bring you 10 high school basketball games this year, including the Lakers and Osage, I believe, in January.
Yep, January 4th.
So, Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Well, thank you for having me.